Alright, so I'm going to run down the numbers, make it a lot easier, a lot quicker. And I'm going to do other videos about this later. But this is OTR Ogre, and this is the numbers. I only make about 80K per year. But this is how I save 50K per year as a company driver. Okay, so if you're OTR, you could take this type of information and do even better if you know what you're doing and the game's running great with OTR. But, this is how I save 50K per year profit every year. Rent. Why are you paying rent if you've got a truck you can live in? They're already paying for an apartment on wheels. If it's got an APU, a fridge, everything, and you got your own cook pan, why the fuck are you paying for rent? So let's say that's $1,000 to $1,500 a month. If it's $1,500 a month, that's like $1,800 or $18,000 a year. And if it's just $1,000, say $12,000 a year. So add on utilities. So you got your gas during the winter. Maybe you do firewood, maybe you don't. I don't know. But then you got your electric to keep things cool during the summer and all that shit. Your water, gas, trash, all that, probably even cable or some shit. So let's say $3,000. Your personal vehicle's gas. Are you driving like a little tiny rice burner or something? Hopefully you are. Maybe you're not. Are you driving a long distance? This is why I don't like day cab. Rent, fuel, expenses, just shit that costs money. That they're not paying you for that, and they're not even paying you that much either. So basically, you see that, and let's say $2,500 a year. I just called up my brother. I said, "What do you put in your truck per, as far as his personal vehicle?" It's like about $50 a week. Okay, so car payment. I'm actually rounding down because car payments are actually horrendously high. So you're paying for a car, and it's a depreciating asset that essentially just sits around rotting at the terminal, or maybe your girlfriend drives it and then she wrecks it, and you don't even get to enjoy it. But me, I don't have none of that shit. So $3,000 per year. Okay, so why not just get like an old van? They're relatively affordable. You're never there to drive the damn thing anyways, and it doubles as a doghouse on wheels or a house when you're actually back, so you go out and party. And then basically a, what do you call it? Fuck they call those things. A storage unit. So, okay, there you go. So you got that much there. Home and auto insurance. When you have an expensive car, you have expensive insurance. And assuming that you have a house, and like say you're not going to be there, so why don't you rent out the place? Learn how to claim deductions on that. That's just a whole different conversation, like ways to where you can do improvements on your house and then use it to depreciation to actually offset your taxes you pay at work. Just like truckers, owner-operators do this shit all the time. So even as a company driver, there's things you can do to make your make it work better for you to where you're not actually paying taxes. But if you're not there, have someone else paying the rent. Insurance and all that shit. It just costs more if you have an expensive car. So let's say $1,000 a year in savings. Let's see. Oh, this one's kind of weird. Beverages. What do I mean by that? Like you make your own coffee. You get a French press. You get your giant bucket of coffee for $10. It lasts you 3 months. You don't drink coffee all the time. You make your own tea. Tea costs practically nothing. You get good flavored tea all over the country. Those Crystal Light fake packets, like the Great Value brand, where it's like $1.25 for 10 of them. Mix that, get like a Gatorade bottle and use that and remix it. Just mix it with your own water. Jugs of water, because you're not at your house and you got to fill up water somewhere. Don't fucking buy like a case of water. That's what stupid people do. Go and fill. There's a truck stop right there. It's the same damn water. Fill it up. So that's $700 savings. So add it up. So $600, $1,800 plus the water and the jug, about $2,500 there. Cooking is an interesting one because this one can actually vary a lot. Say I go out and get chicken fried steak at Sap Brothers in Salt Lake. They do a great job there, by the way. Much props from them. I really shouldn't do as much as I do, and I'm overweight. But being real about it, that would be about $20 alone. Plus tip, you get your coffee, you're out $20. So that's just one meal. But let's say you go to Subway at some point and you did some other meal during the day, so it's only $20. So the 365 days a year times 20 equals $7,300. But that's a lot of goddamn money. You're just basically eating to poop away. So say you got that down to cooking your own food, like beans and rice. You got a crock pot. You got an inverter, so you bolt down a couple of Walmart crock pots and you cook some rice in this pot, black beans in the other one, or whatever type of beans you like. And so you put those in your fridge and you put food in the fridge. You don't gotta, if your trucking company does not give you a fridge, like, if you're going to be a company driver, you got to find a company to treat you right. So look for the right company and don't ask me what fucking company I work for, because I know that trick. Hey, who are you? What do you look like? Where do you work? So they can call up and harass your company and get you fired. See, that's what a lot of jackasses do in trucking. They're trying to fuck you around. I'm telling you just straight mathematical information. So you figure if you save, $5 a week, not a week, but a day, times that many days is $1,800, minus $7,300. You got $5,475 saved on food. See that? That's a lot of money there. Now let's put all of them together. Rent, utilities, car gas, car payment, insurance savings, the beverage savings, the cook your own food. Holy fucking shit. That's $29,475. And I'm betting there's some other dumb bullshit you're buying in your life that could make it to 30 grand. So let's look at that. So 30 grand plus, the savings right there, plus the 20 grand you would have had anyways to fuck around with anyways, and you were probably going to piss it away on something stupid. So that's why you're broke. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of you. That's $50K profit every year you're pissing away. That's the seed money for you maybe buying your own truck, or maybe paying cash for your first house. Do that for a couple years and you got enough money to pay cash for your own house. Outright. You buy a cheap house for like $30,000 to $50,000, buy a slightly better house for a little more. But I only make $80K a year, so let's put this in perspective. Right now, I am getting towards the world where I am looking towards finding ways to deduct things off of real estate and whatnot, and maybe I'll buy my own truck someday. I'm just not sold on it because the hours of service and all the funky fucking rules in this industry are shit. But I love what I do. I just don't love the way the industry's managed. So they charge me about 20 grand in taxes. So, anywhere from 50 to 20 grand. State income taxes. If you find ways to claim this against your, say, real estate business and do deductions, and also look into the fact that you can sell a business and never pay capital gains as long as you immediately reinvest that. It's like, what is it, a 1031 or something like that? Look into this shit. It's stuff's there, and there's ways you can take the money you're losing and turn it into long-term profit. And so what happens at the end of it? After the end of your life, you get to pay all those taxes? No, you don't. If you die, you won the game. And that's how you pass on legacy wealth. But if I'm paying 20 grand a year in taxes, so I got 60 grand to work with, and I'm able to save 50 grand. I'm living off about 10,000 per year. I'm pocketing 50 grand per year. Now you times that, I've been a little spoiling myself, so that's why I'm getting up to $250,000 this fucking year. But that's how I did it. There wasn't no magic trick. There wasn't no, I got fucking rich on YouTube or any of that shit. All you people that are trying to, you can't do that. There you go. There's the fucking numbers, man. You just got to make the change in your life. And I get it. Some of you cats, you got previous debts that you're paying down. I'll get that. But just use the tactics to get this money to pay down your debts as fast as possible. And a company job is a good job in OTR because it's a steady place to live. And it's steady money. If your boss goes under, you can take that license and go anywhere the fuck else. But if you go under as an owner-operator, that's something. And I've seen a lot of guys go under. So I figure if I'm saving $50K per year, you just got to start investing in it. Maybe you decide to go owner-op. Maybe you decide to go real estate or stocks and bonds. I don't know. That's up to you. But you drivers trying to tell me that the game is rigged, we don't make enough and all that shit. Yeah, we could make a little more, but the money you piss away is the reason you're fucking poor. So there you go. There's the numbers. And this is mostly for Trucker Brown. He's like, well, how do you do it? Don't get me wrong. I love his channel. In fact, I've been thinking I need to be more of a trucker because I was like, man, he's right. We do need to start thinking more along the long-term investing. I mean, I could just, work for another X amount of years and quit and become a hippie in a van again and be a pothead. But I'd like to build something legacy wealth where I got my money making me money. I want wealth. I don't want riches. I want wealth. Because someone can do some fuck shit and sue you or some shit and you can be out of all of it. One of my buddies, just as a quick story, when he died last December, and he wasn't even a trucker. He owned his own business, owned his friend. He was making a turn and this guy was driving along, and honestly, he turned at the wrong time. And this dude rear-ended his dump truck. And basically the guy was in court. My brosif didn't go to court. That's stupid. He should have been in court. Even the judge is kind of fucky, you got to be in court. But he basically lost everything. He was looking at losing completely everything. A whole life worth of working. So bad shit can happen that quick. So you got to build your business up to where you got it protected. To where you lose a little bit, but you don't lose it all. And not to mention health issues. You get older, shit's going to cost more. Learn how to put your money into something where you can deduct it from so you don't pay the taxes. So you're investing into you. And that way, if the government takes your money, they buy votes with that money, whether it's a Republican doing the army or tax deductions for some big company, oil and gas, all that shit, or if it's the fucking the Democrats buying votes among the trailer parks and the hood and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about. Do you want your money to go that way? You know, you take your money and you're employing local people, and you can claim that on your business. You know, you got a real estate business. You can claim that, and then it's building value for your company, for you. And the people that see you, you're the one giving them money, not the government. The government takes your money so they can get powerful. Learn ways to deduct your money so you can be powerful. But the first thing you need to learn to do is to save. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop trying to prove shit to people. Stop having stupid beefs with people that don't matter. If you're having a beef with somebody, then you're half the problem. But you got to think. You got to think tactically. So take it easy.